Hey everyone, it's Mark. I am the Sanderson collector, and I am here at FanX convention, working in the Sanderson booth with lots of books to sell. It's been a lot of fun. They're making me take a break right now because they think I work too hard or something. But I'm here and I'm having a lot of fun, and I've got a book to open up for you that someone just came by and gave me. And this is one of the most exciting things that I have gotten in a long time. That includes all the foreign editions that I've been opening up and everything else. So, it is well taped up, which I am very thankful for because this is not a cheap, easy book to replace. I got this from a fellow beta reader named Joe, who is a really, really nice guy. And it is, oh, so pretty. Is the advanced bound manuscript, which came out even before the advanced reader copies of Way of Kings, with the white cover and like the text inside that was not complete and everything else. Oh, so happy to have this. So yeah, I'm here at the con. I'm going to be working at the signing tonight. I'll probably do another segment of the video then. Here I am at the signing. This is the tail end of the third night of signing. Brandon has been signing for 11 hours straight over the past 3 days. He is awesome. I have been doing sticky notes for his lines for all of these. And as you can see, we've just got maybe half an hour left in this signing. Then I go get my books signed, and then I go sleep. I'm back from the convention. I had a lot of fun, and I'm also totally exhausted, but I think I'm finally recovering. I only got 9 hours of sleep last night instead of the 10 that I've been having several of the nights before. I think I'm finally starting to get over it. It was insane and a ton of fun. Like the first night, Brandon was signing until 10:30, and then we had to wander around town finding some place that was open to get dinner before going back to our hotels and sleeping. Then we had to get up at 5 the next morning to drive an hour back to Brandon's store to pick up more books because we were selling way too many of them at the convention, and we had to pick up another shipment and then bring all of those back to the convention, unload them, put them in the booth, and be ready to go when the floor opened the next morning. So it was totally insane. I got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night, and I absolutely loved it. Brandon did a total of about 11 and a half hours of signing at the convention. I don't know how he actually manages it. It's insane, and he was smiling and happy the entire time. So kudos to him. It's one of the reasons I'm such a big fan of him as a person, because he's always so nice to his fans and always in a good mood, even when he's sick or tired or has been signing for so many hours in a row. So it was always great to see him do that. And after the convention, I went back to his store and helped to unload the books we didn't sell, helped out with a couple of the other things around the store before my flight back home. I helped build like some poster tubes for the posters that are getting shipped out. Which, if you haven't seen the foil maps of Roshar, I got to see one in the store, and it is absolutely gorgeous. If you have not ordered one, I believe they are still available. There should be a link right up here if you want to go grab one of those. They're on sale right now, and they're an incredible deal because they are absolutely stunning. And there's even a chance that the poster tube at KBN was assembled by me. Hopefully mine will arrive in a couple of weeks, and I'll be able to show it off for y'all so that you can see how absolutely amazing those posters are. And since I worked in the store for a day, I got one little special thing that I was able to pick up, which I'll show you here in a moment. But first, I'm going to go over all the other things that I got at the convention. So you already saw the advanced bound manuscript that was given to me by another one of the beta readers. It is already on my advanced reader copy shelf and looking amazing. It is probably the crown jewel of my collection right now, so I was so excited to get my hands on that one. Not for very long though, because I don't want to get like hand grease all over it, but I was very excited nonetheless. And I got a couple of other things at the convention. I had Brandon countersign 3 books. I will explain what countersigning means and show off what's actually in these 3 books at a later date. I'll probably have an entire video about the countersigning that I have Brandon do. It's a lot of fun, but that deserves its own video. I also had Brandon sign, if you remember, the book that I got a couple weeks ago that was a surprise because it was not what I expected. It had this lecture in it instead of a copy of Defending Elysium. I had Brandon sign the lecture in here, and he actually said that he has never had anyone request him to sign this before. So it was super exciting to go to an author who, does 11 and a half hours of signings at every convention he goes to and bring him a book that has something by him in it and him say, "Oh, I've never had someone have me sign this before." Now I've got a little box here from Book Depository, and if it's what I think it is, yep. Okay, this is the book that I originally thought I was getting. It is the prize-winning book from the UPC competition in Spain from the next year, 2008. Table of contents on the back. It looks like the conference that year was given by Jasper Ford. And then here we are, page 127. We have the Spanish translation of Defending Elysium by Brandon, which won one of the prizes in the competition that year and therefore was published in this book. Brandon said that he has had people have him sign this one before because it actually has one of his stories in it, but no one has had him sign the year before that. But I definitely have to get this one signed too at some point now that I have it. I have the pair now, so these are complete and super excited to add this one to my collection. Now, in an ironic twist, I was spending the entire weekend working at the Brandon Sanderson booth selling Brandon Sanderson books, and I wandered over to another one of the booksellers, and lo and behold, they had some Sanderson books too, and I bought one from them. So yes, the guy who works at the Sanderson booth selling Sanderson books bought a Sanderson book from one of the other booths at the convention. Now, the book I got is this paperback copy of Words of Radiance with the new font on it. So if you look at the original copy of Words of Radiance, the paperback they originally printed with the hardcover font, the font that they had been using for Stormlight up until that point, but when the time came to make the Oathbringer cover, they discovered that putting the B and the R right next to each other looked really bad. You can see how much the R on this cover looks like a B, and so they changed the font. At around the same time Oathbringer came out, they released the United States trade paperback edition of Words of Radiance with the same new font. They appear to have now migrated the font to the mass market paperback edition as well. So this is the new one, and it's got the new font on the spine and the cover. So I had to grab that when I saw it. Now, hopefully that means they'll eventually fix the font on Way of Kings and maybe even the hardcover editions so that the entire set will look the same on my shelves. I'm not holding out hope that it happens anytime soon. It'll probably be when the next printing happens. For reference, this is the 5th printing of Words of Radiance here that has the new font on it. So I assume printings 5 and on will have this font, and the earlier printings will have the original font. I grabbed this one and it's cool, and I'm glad to add it to my way too large Words of Radiance collection. The last thing I got was this little promo for a book you may have heard of, Skyward, which is coming out November 6th here in the United States, probably coming out November 8th in the United Kingdom because they release their books on Thursday and we release our books on Tuesday. I already had the one that they did at BookCon, which likely has the same content, but if you see at the bottom here, it says exclusive BookCon promo, and this one says sneak peek. So they are different editions of the promo for Skyward. I believe that this sneak peek version will be sent out with some of the orders from Brandon's store. So likely if you order a book or multiple books from them before Skyward is out, you will probably get one of these if you want to add one to your collection. So if there's any Brandon books that you haven't picked up yet, right now the Legion and Legion Skin Deep editions are on sale because they're no longer printing those and they're going to the omnibus, which is coming out in 3 days. So if you want to grab that set, I highly recommend it. Links to those are up here in the corner. You might even get one of these promos with it as well. So I was glad to grab this promo and add it to my collection so that I have the complete set of promos. Yes, I collect all the promos. I've got the ones for the Reckoners series as well. So that was everything that I picked up at the convention and the store afterwards. I had a really fun time doing everything, and I think maybe once a year I'm going to try to keep working at the Sanderson booth and the Sanderson signings because it is an absolute blast getting to talk about and try to pitch people the books that I love is one of the best experiences ever. If I had to pick a backup job, it would probably be working at a bookstore on the floor trying to sell books, because I absolutely love doing this. That's my FanX 2018 and Brandon Store summary video, and I should have another video up tomorrow with another book haul. As always, if you have any questions about any of the books I showed off today, or my trip to the convention, or just want to talk about anything else, leave a comment below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel, and I will see you tomorrow.